glad to have with me today Julia Martinez. And like I said, I met her at one of the past Bridging the Gap meetings, and she wanted to come on board and do an interview, so I'm grateful for that. But she is a member of the Energy2Business team at CPS Energy, branded E2B. And the E2B provides one-on-one concierge type support to CPS Energy small to medium business customers. She has over 20 years of experience in the utility industries and serving CPS Energy. Thank you, Julie, for being here. Say hello to the people that are listening right now.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to Bridging the Gap, for being on here today to be able to reach your audience.
You know, I don't ever think I've had CPS, particularly on our program. We've had a lot of different organizations, nonprofits, businesses, but this is the first, which I'm glad, because again, like I said, we want to be able to bring not just a certain organization or just like nonprofits on board. We want to be able to bring a different array of entities that are out there that are providing a service and a resource. I'll be honest. I mean, I know what CPS is because I get a letter from you guys every month. So I know that I have to pay that. But other than that, I know you all offer a lot more other than just energy, as far as, you know, lighting our homes and everything else that comes with that as well. But you're more specifically tuned or geared toward business to business. Now, I don't know exactly what that entails, but that's why you're here, right? To share that with our listeners and to educate me at the same time, because I like to learn. And just let us know what it is, or maybe a little bit of background before we get started about you, or anything you would like to share with our listeners today.
Thank you so much. Yes. So it's a pleasure to be here. CPS Energy is into a new adventure, which is helping our customers that are particularly focused into continuing to grow their business. Typically, you think about your utility bills, you mentioned with gas and electric, but now we're actually focused on making sure that our small business community has an opportunity to continue to grow within our service area. One of the things that we're doing is just to figure this out, like you said, a little bit of background. A couple of years ago, we did research and found out that there was a missing link between CPS Energy and the small businesses and their needs. And so we built this team to make sure that we provided a more hands-on mobile support unit, and the small business customers are able to meet with us on site, whether it be at a CPS Energy location or at their small business, in order to give them that flexibility and get those questions answered that they may have. We're making it just a lot easier to do business with us by making ourselves available out in the community. So you'll see us fully branded, both with our CPS Energy logos on our shirts and also our E2B cars. So there's a lot of concern as well with making sure that you're dealing with an actual CPS Energy employee. And so we are fully branded for awareness as well. We also provide lots of resources, since we have access to a lot of the complex issues that small businesses are faced with. And so we work very closely with the City of San Antonio Economic Development Department, and also bring awareness of other nonprofit organizations that are out there to help them reach their goals as a small business. But obviously, you know, CPS Energy wants to make sure that our customers have affordable bills. So we make it easy for them to save energy through our energy saving rebates that we have committed to provide our small business customers. We do that through a resource of a variety of contractors that are available on our website at cpsenergy.com, and they're able to choose a contractor that's on there who's been trained and made aware of what our customers can participate in. And so I'd like to share a little bit more about that once I go into detail. But if our customers are thinking about whether they fit the profile of the small business, one way to think about that is, if you look at your home and you live in a home where it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, all electric. We're talking about the refrigerator, microwave, HVAC unit, and your water heater, all electric. You're going to consume about 100 kW a year. A small business will consume 100 kW in 1 month. So that can help a little bit more into, you know, understanding the perspective, the consumption of what a small business would be.
And that's kilowatts, right? That's what you're talking about.
Kilowatts.
For people that may not be aware of what I'm assuming, I think that's what it is. That's what I'm saying.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. KW would represent kilowatts. In addition to that, though, we also serve the small business nonprofit organizations, such as your local churches, city offices, and we also work with the suburban cities. So Bexar County and outside some of those service areas, outside suburban cities, are also able to come directly to CPS Energy E2B team to get that specific assistance for whatever their needs might be. Go ahead.
No, real quick, something caught my ear, because when you said that, like churches, for instance, what type of more specific, I guess I would say, assistance do you provide for, let's say, the church? Is it coming in and evaluating, hey, you could do a better installation, or, I mean, what does that entail as far as the help on that side?
Yes, sir. Perfect segue. So actually, one of the programs that we offer is the lighting retrofit program. So exchanging the existing light to upgrade them to LED lights is a great way to start off saving energy. And so the programs that are eligible for the small business are also eligible for those nonprofits. And so they would go to our website at cpsenergy.com/save now. And once they're on there, they're able to click on the small business program, which allows them to take a look at the options that they have for the lighting retrofit program and choose a contractor that will walk them through the entire process. They can reserve an actual one-on-one meeting with the contractor, and the contractor will actually walk through their business or their church and take a look at the opportunities to exchange those lights out. They will give you a total count of the lights that are going to be upgraded. They'll give you a count as to how much CPS Energy would cover, which the majority is anywhere between 40 to 50% of the out-of-pocket expense for the customer. And they'll also tell you how much your return on that investment is, that time frame. So before you make any kind of decision on whether you want to upgrade your lighting, they will give you all of that information up front. Now, there's no expiration date as far as how quickly you should act on it. We are always changing our programs, so as long as there's still funding within our budget, the lighting retrofit program is eligible for any of those small business customers and churches. So it just opens up the opportunity of awareness. If the customer is ready to make the decision, they can turn around and tell the contractor, go ahead and proceed. The contractor doesn't proceed until we've already agreed to the items that have been suggested for the upgrade. Okay. And then they're giving that in writing, though.
Right. And so in other words, it falls on us to go and hire a contractor. You'll have a list of contractors that you all use, or would it fall on us to go and find someone that can do that, come in, assess and evaluate everything, and then get back to you on that? Or is that something that everything gets done on your end?
So the CPS Energy website contains the list of all the contractors that are able to do the work for you. They do the paperwork, they do the visit and schedule that all with you, but they take care of all of the background information to get back to CPS Energy on approvals. It is a self-run program, which means the customer does have to find their contractor. They do have to do their research, and of course to invest that time to make sure that they find out what those opportunities are with the contractor.
Okay, so that's good to know, because like I said, these are things that people may not be aware of. And you're talking about nonprofits, which we have a lot of course. So if someone has an office space or somewhere where they have maybe a warehouse or something that they're utilizing, that falls under what you all can do for these nonprofits. Not only them, of course, but a business. But because we do deal with a lot, that's good to know, because we weren't, at least I wasn't aware of that. And so, this can save you some money every month, because, and it's funny because I was just talking to my wife about that, and some of the lighting that we have in our house, which she tends to leave the lights on all the time, and I'm like, I don't understand why nobody's in the room. She's probably going to kill me when she hears this. But I told her, I said, you know what, we really need to look into investing into changing out a lot of the lights for LED lights, because they're more efficient, and I think it would cut down on our electrical bill, because I've seen that now, because she's working from home. Before we weren't working out of the house, which I am too, part-time, but I've seen that bill that has increased maybe about 50% more than what we were paying when we were not at home. Right. So a lot of times, because it's the lights that get left on and all this, and she's like, well, I forgot, and I'm like, okay. So that's another thing that I'm really looking, now that we're talking, that it would definitely benefit us And not only me, of course, anybody else that probably switching over to more efficient lighting to cut down on the utilities.
Yes. So the savings for a small business, once they take action, it's about 30% off of their utility bill once they follow through, the suggested items. But it's funny because a lot of our small businesses have left, right, their actual brick and mortar. And so they're moving into working from home, not just because of the pandemic, but maybe an energy saving opportunity or maybe their budget doesn't allow them to continue to hold up a brick and mortar. But your home is also eligible for rebates. So I know we're talking about the businesses, but a lot of our small businesses are actually working from home. And you have the opportunity to have a similar program through the energy savings program, but for the residential home. You would just not be able to use the same contractor that you're using for the commercial side. We do have on the website the rebates for the residential, which will give you a free, again, energy assessment, which they come into your home and replace the the lights with LEDs. Now, the only place that we don't touch or upgrade is your closet, and that's just for privacy issues.
Sure.
And so the opportunity is there, whether you're working from home, you're running your business from home, or you have an actual location that you are taking care of. And if you are a nonprofit, again, same opportunity for you. This is only one of the many programs that we have. We encourage you to visit www.cpsenergy.com/save now for all of those details. And once the customers does take action, they get their return on their investment within 2 years. Just depends on the size of the building and again how quickly they get everything done that's suggested to them.
Right. And see, again, this is important to know because a lot of times I wasn't aware of some of these things. And believe me, if it can, especially, I've had a business before and I can understand you're looking in every aspect to try to cut the, whatever you can do expenses, especially now because of the way, everything is so high. So anything you can save, it's a good thing because it doesn't have to come out of your pocket. You get to keep some of that by making just some minor adjustments like what you all are being able to bring to not only, again, the nonprofits, but the business, or even now because of the things have changed that you're working out of the home. I wasn't aware of that too. So it's good to know that all these things are available. Now, whether you want to take advantage of it or not, that's another story. But at least you know now that CPS is offering all these different ways for you to be able to save money on your energy cost as well. And so what I know that my neighbor got like solar energy, but does that kick in with that as well, or is that something totally different on the residential side of that?
No, that is also available for both the residential and the business. As far as solar is concerned, we do have a program right now where you're able to locate a contractor on our list. They can actually knock on your door as well and just offer their services. What they do is they talk to you about the energy saving opportunities by placing solar panels on your rooftop. They will obtain a consumption history from CPS Energy. So once they figure out how much consumption your home actually consumes or your business consumes, they will provide you a project that will cover about 50% of that consumption through solar. Now, the way solar works, it allows you to save energy, but you're also there making that conscious decision of going green. And so during the time that you're going solar, the electricity that is being made off your rooftop, you get to consume that immediately. But when you're out and about doing your business, running your errands, that electricity that is being produced on your rooftop, it actually gets pushed back into our grid lines. And so you become a little power plant for us at that time. That gives us the opportunity to make green energy on your rooftop, and we send it out to other customers that may not have that. Now, during a storm, when it's cloudy, when it's raining, what ends up happening is electricity still comes back into your home. So you will always be a CPS Energy customer, and you don't see any kind of flickering or exchange between solar and CPS Energy. That electricity just comes back into your home, and you continue to consume it as needed. So the one thing that we get with our solar customers is, what about when there's a storm and there's an outage? Because you're connected to our grid, we want to safely work on our power lines. So we don't want you to push out electricity during an outage. If our employees are working on the power lines, your home will be down while we're working on our power lines, so that our our men that are working out in the field don't get electrocuted by that excess energy that you're producing. So just keep that in mind. We want to make sure that we are making a decision, again, to be conscious about how we're making those investments into going green. But at this time, we are still producing energy for our customers, whether you're solar or not participating in the solar program.
Right. And again, compared to 20 years ago, I'm thinking there's so much that's going on now because of the advances that are being made in energy and all kinds of different things. You're having electric cars now and everything. So a lot of times people may not be aware of these things, but you have to really look into that, because if it could save you $10, $20, $30, that's something that you don't have to spend out of pocket, which in the at the end of the year starts to add up a little bit. And so it's great to know that these different services are available. If someone's listening right now, maybe you have a business, or maybe some of this you're thinking, man, that applies to me. I would definitely like to get more information. Where can they contact you, or where can they reach out to be able to get more information in case somebody's really wanting to utilize some of these services that you all are offering?
Yeah, so they can visit our website at www.cpsenergy.com/save now. That's going to give you access to all of our programs, both residential and also the commercial side. Specifically, once you click on those links, whichever program you're eligible for or you want to do some research on, that's going to give you a contact directly to our rebates department, which is going to be 210-353-2728. Any of those rebates programs, follow-up questions, they can answer. They have a staff available to answer those specific questions for you. If you'd like to reach our team, you can reach us at 210-353-6322 or our email at E2B@cpsenergy.com.
Okay, that's great. Again, this is good information to know, because it's definitely helping not only you in the pocket, as they say, but overall, because everything is so expensive, and especially energy now that we know we had that outage during the winter storm and how it affected everything because of the consumption or whatever it may have been. I don't know exactly, but anything that we can do at our end, of course, to maybe not put so much stress on the grid, so to speak, right? That we're able to help, and that capacity is a great thing, because things aren't getting any cheaper, let's put it this way, and I don't think they'll get any cheaper. So we have to do our part as well to try to help, and if we can go green, let's go green. I mean, I make every effort to do that, of course, but when we have these services available, or these different programs that are available, please act on them, get that information and see if that applies to you, how they can help. I know one of the things that I've been really wanting to do since I took over on Bridging the Gap was have some of these, like what you're doing, to be able to put a meeting together somewhere where people can come and actually, you can talk with them and give out information face to face, now that we're kind of moving in that direction. Yes. Because of the pandemic. I know before it wasn't happening, but that's one of the things, one of the goals that we have, that to be able to bring the business aspect side of what we're doing in Bridging the Gap, because there's some people that reached out to say, hey, we want to be able to help, but we're a business and this and that. So there's still room, or there's still a way that a business can help. And like I said, being empowered through information is a great way. So those are one of the things that we're thinking about, maybe having a meeting. And this is what y'all can do, right? You can go out and do a presentation to a group, maybe, or to a business, or anywhere in that capacity.
That's correct. We do meet with our community partners. So if we're invited, we're able to go into a little bit more detail as far as the lighting programs available, rebates that are built specifically for the small business programs. And of course, our customers are primarily our residential customers. So we're always ready to, go into detail about those specific programs that can help both the residential and the business customers. You bring up, I remember you just mentioning about leaving the lights on. Small businesses may not think about thinking of as they're walking out the door to turn off the lights behind them. Maybe they just want to leave one light for security reasons. Mm-hmm. But we actually have an incentive to provide you with sensors. So you can actually have sensors installed and be provided a rebate for that. There's other rebates or incentives that we built out specifically for the small businesses, like having a free HVAC AC tune-up. That's completely free. So all you have to do is invest your time to get it done. So you reach out to the contractor that's on the list on the website, you schedule it, and as long as there's good weather out there, right? We don't want it to be below freezing or anything like that, because we do run diagnostics on this HVAC system, and we take a look at the coils and make sure there's enough coolant and so forth. So it gives you a longer lifetime on your HVAC system, and that gives you an idea whether you need to start budgeting to replace the system. Because if you do, guess what? We have another rebate for that as well. So it's all going to be dependent on the SEER of the actual unit. So I encourage you to just visit the website, because there's so many opportunities out there that we don't want you to miss out on saving energy and ultimately saving money in your pocket. But that's definitely something else. We do have, constantly the opportunity to work with our customers and provide presentations like this and get those questions answered as to whether or not a specific building might be eligible. Maybe they're renting, maybe they're leasing a building and they think that they're not eligible. It's a case-by-case scenario. So once they get to talking to us, we can see what those opportunities are. Maybe it's just a conversation you need to have with your landlord, and that landlord can see, the energy saving opportunities.
Right.
Most of them, they just jump on board and want to see that.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I said, what if somebody's renting a building? Well, that would fall under the landlord, right? But I think, like you said, having those options available to them, say, hey, look at your system, make sure that it's running good, or before you have to, pay down the line even more because you got to replace it because you didn't take care of it. So that's good to know as far as one of the programs that you offer.
Yes, sir. Just being ready for the unknown, right? It's just giving you the resource to understand that it's coming down the pipe, and start budgeting for it, right? Many times as a small business, we don't know where to turn or whether you need that budget for that next investment. Maybe you want to move. Maybe you want to move into a new location and you want to have the understanding whether you should stay here or you want to start looking into a better location that's going to be, affordable and also comfortable for your customers.
There you go. There you have it. If you need more information, please reach out to them at the website. We're just about the end of our program.